Hey everybody, this is Dean FM, and today I wanted to do another reaction video, but today it's going to be very, very, very different because I got a retro reaction, number one, and I also got a reaction to something that I want to speak the fuck on because I have a reaction channel now. I have a reaction channel now, and I have a platform, and I should be allowed to utilize it, and I want to give my opinion on this situation. Now, the video is called Daniel Ashley Pierce Abused by Family for Being Gay. And trigger warning, in this video, the young man is basically being confronted by his parents, by his entire family actually, about his recent coming out at the time. It's incredibly deep. I think I can give you something. And I really am here to defend people against this shit. Love should not be conditional. And if it is, you're fake. If it is, you're fake. Kids should not be out here dying. They really shouldn't. I mean, I'm sorry. They really shouldn't. You know. And as always, please make sure to check out my social medias, DNFM Official on all platforms. Thank you.
Daniel, I want to tell you before I say anything else that I love you. Now, I know that you're not going to believe that, but it is true.
Oh, I believe it.
Get out. Sorry. I'm already like ahead of the game here. I'm like, just get the fuck out. You better run, girl. And I love you, but like, shut up. Let's keep going.
That you were gay since you were a tiny little boy.
Mm-hmm. So you would know at this point it's not a choice.
And you have made a choice.
I have not made a
evidently
choice.
from what you told your daddy.
I have not made a choice.
No, he told his daddy that he was gay. The choice was to share that information with his family, which was clearly not the best idea. And I am definitely encouraging people who are in such a conservative place where you know that these things are going to happen, where people are going to have a very negative reaction to whether you're queer or you're gay or trans. It's sometimes safer to stay where you are, but use your best judgment and definitely find resources and friends outside of your own home if this is the situation. So,
I have been from the moment I come out of my mother's uterus. I have been that way. Probably
dog
long
here.
before I come out of her
No.
uterus. Yes. Mm-hmm.
No, you can deny it all you want to, but I believe in the Word of God, and God creates nobody that way. It's a path that you have chosen to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Girl,
All right.
now I'm going to try to be a little nice here because obviously with these situations, they're very emotional. When I had seen this originally, it was like 6 years ago when this came out. It was or 10 years ago. It's almost 10 years ago now that this came out. And it was very hurtful, but it was very much, this is the exact example of like the worst response you could get. Talking about some God, but what about people who know about these things? What about people who know about psychology and therapy and have a degree in such in the country of which you live? People who you follow, right? The priest, the congregation, they are not certified to tell you whether or not you should basically tell your son to fuck off. No.
Believe it the way you want to believe it, because I cannot change that.
This is the way I'll put that part. I have taken basic biology and psychology, and it's determined within the first 6 weeks of birth what your personality is going to be, and that's part of your personality, and you cannot change it, and it's a scientific proof, not based off of
You go by all the scientific stuff you want to. I'm going by the Word of God.
Well,
she's not. Yeah.
Trumps the Word of God.
Yeah,
no,
I know. She's not going to hear that, though, boo. She's really not. She's not going to hear that. And in this situation, what I would recommend, they're not going to understand you because you're coming at them with facts. They're coming at it from a completely different perspective in their mind. And to be clear, let me make it very clear. I don't think that these people believe that gay is wrong. I don't think that they believe that they are doing the right thing. I think that they are trying to save their social status in most of these situations.
Psychology, and it's determined within the first 6 weeks of birth what your personality is going to be, and that's part of your personality, and you cannot change it, and it's a scientific proof.
You're right, but
not based off of
you go by all the scientific stuff you want to. I'm going by the Word of God.
Well, scientific proof trumps the Word of God.
I
No,
agree.
it doesn't, in my opinion.
Well, in my opinion, it does because there's scientific proof. That's
Well,
why it's
all
called
right.
scientific.
This is
Okay, I'm
heartbreaking.
not going to argue that point with you, but I'm going to tell you. Since you have chosen that path,
He ain't choose shit, bitch.
we will not support you any longer.
And what does that
You
mean?
will need
What
to
does
be-
that mean? You're saying that you will not support him any longer. Why? Would you rather this man, this young man, be introduced into the world? First of all, do you want him to screw up a woman's life? What do you want from him? What do you want from him? Education. His family seems definitely they may be lacking a lot of intellect. And I am going to say that because this is 9 years ago. This is not 1920. You all know that gay people are around. You all know this. And they act like they don't understand it, but they know it's around. So how do you not understand something? And then you say you don't want to know about it, but you got an opinion about it. So I don't know.
And find wherever you can to live and do what you want to, because I will not let people believe that I condone what you do.
Right. That the fuck is it. You don't want to be seen with him like that. You don't want to be viewed like that. This has nothing to do with the God, with the Lord, with your son's well-being. Why also would that be the first thing that you bring up? You don't want people to believe that you condone that. I think it's so interesting how this happens. If you are doing this for social validation, and being the socialite bitch, you can tell in her voice and how she sounds that she knows full well gay people are alive and well. There's a movement going on. We are here. We are queer. We are just kind of not killing ourselves anymore. We're not hurting ourselves anymore. And we're not in the scrubs of society anymore. And she knows. God bless her for being upfront, I guess. God bless, like, ironically, for being upfront about her intentions with this. But geez, like,
I will be out by Thursday night at midnight. How about that?
All right.
I'll be completely out, and you'll never, ever have to see me again.
If that's the way you choose it, that's fine.
No, that's not what I'm choosing. I'm doing what you're telling me to do, and you're disowning me.
yep.
So that proves how much of a person you are. In fact, can I live in your basement since it's your house and you're my mother? Really? So all of that support that you told me about?
Oh, I support you.
No, you don't.
And we don't support your habit.
What you do.
No.
And I have a lot of friends
We don't
that
support
do
your habit. This is his life. This is not just a lifestyle. This is not a perversion. Many people have lived full, long lives in gay relationships, have died in gay relationships, and have died gay, and have died trans. How can a mother say that they support their son, but don't support being, like, gay? If you think it's such a serious issue, why don't you call the police? Why would you just throw your son out like he's some garbage? It sucks how brainwashed Christianity and the overall religious institutions have made people. So why don't you bother to take the time to learn anything about the word gay instead of just making assumptions as to what this means for you and what this means for your child and what this means for your family? It doesn't seem like he's coming out as trans or genderqueer. He's just coming out as gay. You don't have to tell me. He's just telling you. He's just confiding in you. Homie. He's confiding in people he thought would give him support. And that is not happening.
Oh, I support you. I don't support what you do.
And we don't
because I
support your
believe in
habit.
what you do.
No.
And I have a lot of friends that are gay, but they're friends.
See?
They're not
I don't understand
That's
this
not what
either.
you-
And this is why I was thinking to myself recently that this is why we cannot have friends out here who are allies, so to speak, but then say to us confidentially or for whatever reason religiously think that it is immoral. I have had friends who I have been tolerant of, wanted to get the love and support anywhere I could, but if we have friends that are going to act like this and who are going to turn around, go back to their family and in this little quiet meeting room with this shady conversation, this shady ass conversation, and be, talking shit to their own family. No, you have friends, make sure that they are 100% supporting you and that you are not supporting somebody who doesn't quite understand that that's not okay. That belief in and of itself is not okay. It is not okay to impose on others, to have that in your heart about what other people should do, your belief. You're already married, girl. Like, I don't understand.
Doesn't seem very motherly to me.
And disowning your dad and telling him that he's a racist and that your dad didn't raise you, your dad's going to bat for you for the last 20 years of your life. That man's put a roof over your head. He's put food on your table.
That's not raising.
You say
wait a minute.
none of these people are
It is not
you.
raising. You're right, actually. Before these women start screeching, he's right. That's not raising, because if you're going to support somebody and raise somebody, you cannot just give them a roof and then hang that over their head and say, I gave you a roof. Oh, why are you complaining? No, there's much abuse that can happen under a roof of a house. There is much abuse that can happen regardless of how safe and how many times the dad went to bat for him. I don't think that that's fair. That there's one thing to support somebody with a roof, with a house, with whatever she's claiming that he gave their child. But it's another thing to give them emotional support.
You're full of shit. And you told me on the phone that you made that choice. You know you wasn't born that way. You know damn good and well you made that choice. You know that this man has done everything he can to raise you, and you told me right on that damn phone that that was a choice you made. He didn't need to blame himself. So don't fill these people full of bullshit, Daniel.
You're twisting my words. You
twist everybody.
You are a completely different person.
So she's basically saying that he's lying. Why are you arguing whether or not a orientation that is thousands and thousands in America? Why are you debating this? Like, I hate that these conversations used to have to happen, because it's like they are sorting out a world issue in their home, and that's not a good place to have this back and forth. It's really not. It's really not a good place to have it, because you all don't know what you're talking about.
You are a completely different person.
Let me tell you something. You little piece of
No, you're not gonna fucking hit me. No.
you son of a bitch.
Get off me, bitch.
Yeah, so that's where it got a little out of control. That's abuse. You do not attack anybody by any means. Your son did not come out as a murderer. You know what I mean? So you have some venom there. This grandmother or aunt is very aggressive. I hope he hits her back. That is self-defense. I am 100% a defier of violence. I don't think it should happen in the first place, and I've never had to be violent with anybody. But if somebody was to come at me like that, no, hell no. Hell no. I don't care what gender you are. You're not going to sit here and beat on me. The fuck? That's literally the law. And I'm sure that they are attacking him under the guise of, we're women and we're going to beat you up. Because you're a guy, you don't have power in this situation. We're not going to accept you. We're going to hone in on this point that we want you to be a man. Deal with it and suck it up.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, here comes the dad.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Oh,
Stop
get
it!
off of me. What's wrong with you?
You're a damn queer, you
What's
fucking
wrong
dick.
with you?
That's so funny to hear nowadays. Like, I know that queer was a bad term and has always had mixed meanings to it. It's funny to hear it in that context because it's so stupid. This person is being abused and it's not okay. It's not okay. I don't know why the father came in. First of all, the woman started that shit. That father came in running in like the boy's the problem. That's not the situation. It's not the situation, and you know damn well this fucking rhino of a bitch rushed your son. Your son did not attack them. He is defending himself, and you have no right to come in like this. What the fuck is going on? He's kind of playing into that, what they wanted to do. They wanted to really treat him like that, to kind of man him up, and he's coming in to kind of play into that. Their entire way of attacking him was completely flawed from the jump, because he didn't deserve that. He wasn't attacking y'all. He wasn't attacking y'all. He didn't say he was going to hurt y'all. You know, you're not going to man up your son this way. And I'm sure they lost their child. I'm sure they lost their child emotionally and distance-wise, and it's well-deserved.
Queer, you
What's
fucking
wrong
dick.
with you?
You don't tell lies on me, you little piece of shit.
I didn't. I trusted you.
They're just
You
making
never
shit up.
trusted me. You
You
should
just-
more shit with me than anybody.
They're just frantic because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do that their child's gay. She's saying that he lied to her. What are you talking about? Even though he's never changed his story, even though he's never changed his tune on the topic, you are still going to say that he's lying to you. You don't know that?
I'll beat your
I
fucking
claim you as my own mother.
I'll beat your fucking ass. Your son is the heavenly one in this house. Like, these women are ready to go in the ring. And they probably should. If they're that angry, go in the ring. Box it out with a gay person. Learn your lesson, basically.
What is wrong with you people?
Oh, what's wrong with you?
No, what is wrong with you people?
What's wrong with you?
No.
Run your
Nothing's
mouth
wrong
on
with him.
Facebook about me. I've done everything in the world.
You see, there we go. He runs his mouth on Facebook about him. That's what the father just said. You're socially worried about it. You're not concerned at all what your child feels, what he thinks, what his experience has been. I'm assuming based on this conversation and this interaction that they are people who value social validation quite a bit. Peer pressure.
Mouth
The
about you at
hell
all.
you haven't.
What if
Tell
I
me.
What if I
You right
said?
now.
Actually,
Go get it.
You get
Show me. Pull it up on Facebook and you show
I
me.
don't have.
Look at this. You can hear this in this voice. He's not comfortable. He is not comfortable. His father is intimidating him. He's challenging him now. I don't think that this was even the initial conversation. This entire tragedy, it must be heartbreaking for him. Sometimes I feel with the older generation and the conservatives, it's so deep-rooted. People in the conservative community or in the Republican community must be influenced by their elders, and they obviously love each other as much as they can and get from each other. There's a lot of fakeness here, as I've mentioned. They're not going to give it up. They're not going to give up these ideals because that's how they were raised, and it's so sad. We probably will not see full acceptance in our lifetime. We definitely need to be here in this time and posting this. I 100% am glad this person posted this video, this experience. They needed to be put on blast. Vile.
You're a disgrace.
I'm not a disgrace.
Yeah, you are.
No, you're not. No, I am
Yeah,
not.
you are. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that you are.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Came out to his ignorant ass, dumb fucking parents, and you're talking about, you're a disgrace. You're out of breath because you just beat up your son. Chill out. This video is so heartbreaking, and I'm so glad I got to talk about this because I know we have to look at the bright side of things sometimes because it is. This world is so dark. We have to acknowledge the bullshit. Let me see, is there any more to this video? I don't think so. And I would like to say, please, reach out. I'm going to put the number for the suicide hotline, and I'll also put some other resources in the description box below. If you are somebody who, especially with housing, or being affected by a homophobic or transphobic or what have you situation in your home, you should always, at the very least, have a place to live. You made a fool of yourselves. Please make sure you reach out and get help and find support systems. And there's plenty of people everywhere. In every state, there's a queer community. So you gotta reach out. The question is not, are we legit and are we real? The question is, are we gonna survive? And stay safe. And I'll talk to you later.